Good morning. Good morning. Morning, kids. This is Jason, and you're watching Ray of Light Tarot. Service to the divine, selfless service to the divine, which is what I definitely feel called to give and to do. The name Jason is a Greek name, and it means healer. That one I was given by my parents, or whoever inspired my parents to give that name. I believe every name we're given from the time we're born until forever uh, is inspired divinely. I think there are certain areas, whether people intend to or not, where the divine, our higher selves, inform things like that. And I believe the name you're given definitely has meaning. Okay, Christina Maria, good morning, guys. So what I'm doing here on Friday morning, as you know, I got the Taurus reading up last night. I'm going to be getting the other zodiac readings up soon. I've had to take quite a hiatus from broadcasting. I'm still trying to get caught up on some personal readings for people who ordered them. So that always comes first, guys. And then I am doing other things. I'm also running a course with Jai. So those things have got me a little overwhelmed. The energy's been hectic. We touched on it last night in the Taurus reading. The energy's been very hectic, guys. I don't know if you're feeling it as I am, astrologically speaking, but it's been a lot, right? Like I felt this, I have recently felt this great friction and struggle between a desire and a need to push forward and pursue my dreams and, make abundance come in, but that's not how it works. We have to remember that because I've also felt at the same time this pushback to just go into hermit mode, right? The hermit card is the card of Virgo. I'm a Virgo sun. That's my most predominant sign. Although it is a mutable sign, it is my predominant sign. I claim that Virgo energy, and I have felt that hermit necessity, that necessity to be in hermit mode quite a bit recently. I've been in strong communication with my spirit guides, with my God, my higher power, doing a lot of inner work, especially when unconscious, like in the dream space. But yeah, I've felt a lot of push and pull going back and forth because although so much desiring to get things done, I'm trying to get relocated from here to up north in a few months, and that's on track. But it's like when you have an energy to push forward with something, and then you feel this equally important energy to take downtime and to sort of go into hermit mode. It's quite an interesting experience. So I also think from discussing it with a lot of you, especially my twin soul people, I have a few friends who have become very close friends who are twin soul journeyers, and they seem to be going through very specific things like I am with the mirroring that happens and the strange sort of energy shifts right now, especially if you're in the same wave, right? As those people, you'll notice that. Anyway, today we're doing kind of a makeup sesh. I just want to take about 15-20 minutes. Can't be on long. Like I said, I'm doing a lot of makeup work, but I wanted to take about 15 to 20 minutes to do a makeup session for the Wednesday Wisdom, which I didn't do this week. So we're going to do sort of a Friday talk discussion. If anybody has things they want to ask about or talk about or bring up, we're kind of going to keep it open. I am going to talk about one specific thing. And also I'm going to pull a couple oracle cards for this weekend for you guys, just to give as a collective group, just to give us some insights into what we can expect, what we should be looking to do, and where our focus maybe needs to be this weekend. Okay, so let's start. For me, one of the things. Let me get my glasses on. I can see you guys typing away. Let me see. For me, one of the things that I felt compelled to talk about after doing my meditation this morning. Good morning, Nicole. Thank you for posting that, Christina. Heavy energy, Betty. Yes. Hey, Tracy. Hello, Never Played. Yep, Bentley's here. Hi, Handsome. Hi, Be Wise. Thank you for that. That's very sweet of you. All right, so good morning to everyone. I'm not going to go through the whole list, but if you're here, good morning to you. Thank you for being here. So what I want to touch on, we usually on Wednesday Wisdom talk about things that are associated with spiritual journeys, spiritual growth, very often twin soul journeys. So just in general, spiritual connections that are of a romantic love nature, unconditional love, leaning toward that kind of stuff. When it comes to spiritual connections, a lot of people ask me this question. How do I know it's a spiritual? How do I know that that's my soulmate? How do I know that's my twin? How do I know that's my soulmate? How do I know? Well, the difficult part is often differentiating if you're into the labels and figuring out what something is. If that's important to you, if you're the kind of person that needs to know what something is, right? in order to be okay with it. Good morning, Joni. Nice to see you, my friend. Everybody wish Joni a happy belated birthday. She's getting younger every year, just like me. If you're someone who needs to put a label, like you need your little tack and sticky and you need to put a label on something for it to make sense to you or to understand it better, it's difficult more than anything not to know if something is a soulmate connection of some kind, but to know what kind it is. That you kind of figure out with time a lot of times. But it's not difficult, guys. You don't, I think when you don't know yourself if someone is a soulmate of some kind, it's because you're complicating something that's not that complicated. My, someone, number one, guys, timing will always help you. The universe, divine timing is your friend, not your enemy. Okay. And I mean that. How do I mean that? For me, so I would assume for most of you, whenever I've had experiences where so my twin soul and I both are very well aware of what the connection is. Now, we're not in communication right now, so I can't tell you what he would say about it if asked. Probably would depend on his frame of mind, but I know that when twin souls, when anybody sometimes falls out, things don't always end on a good note. And I know my twin soul was very hurt about some things, legitimately so, and said to me like, no, 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 this is not a soulmate connection. You took this relationship to a level on your own. I never felt this. You did, like, put it on me. And that's okay. I know why that happened. But then also, we went through a lot of time where we were both calling it twin souls and felt a certain way about it. I don't think you get to that place unless you both are aware of something being strong. My point is, when that happened, someone who really doesn't know either one of us that well, but I guess figured out who we were, who the twin soul was because of watching us on certain things in the past, sent me a message and said, like, I've been watching your YouTube and you two are definitely twin souls. I don't know so and so that well, but when I see you together, I've seen that person always seems kind of sad or down, and when I see you two together, it's like that you're alive. There's the light up that happens, and I remember that happened. That message came through at a time when I was experiencing a lot of frustration and hurt because we had just had this weird conversation, and so I was like, thank you. What I'm saying is the universe will send you a signal at the time you most need it, especially if you ask for it. If you are in communication, if you're connecting to source, if you're connecting to your heart space and you're in communication, you're going to get those signs, those signals, those sort of breadcrumbs that lead you on the way, always, always. And I knew, so even though I knew, my twin soul knows what we are, and these connections don't come along every day. When someone comes at you and says, no, that's not what it is, you're the one who put it into that. You're the one who pushed it. And I am a pretty direct person. I tend to be a leader. We both do, though. But in that aspect, I was definitely the one who was ahead of the curve on what we were. So that was able to creep into my mind and go, wait a minute. You know what I mean? So when that came through at exactly the same time from this person, right, who doesn't know either one of us that well, but knows me a little better and says that to me like, oh, if this is who your twin soul is, you guys are definitely twin souls. I've seen this progression, and I was like, wow, thank you, universe, for the confirmation when I needed it and for helping to clear out the overthinking. This was months back. The reason I tell you this, guys, is here's what it's about. Twin soul, soulmate, whatever. A spiritual connection. How do you know? Don't complicate it. How do you know someone's a soulmate? Because it feels different. Does that person feel different from any connection you have or have had in your life? Well, that's all you need. That tells you it's an energetic connection of some significance or a soulmate connection. It's not that complicated. Now, does it mean you're meant to be with them for the rest of your life? No, not necessarily. That's up to two people, you and the other person. That's who it's up to. And the contract you signed, whatever you have agreed upon while in spirit form, right, before coming here. Because you do sign contracts. There are things that are agreed upon. I have no doubt the more I work with people in this community and the more I see, I have no doubt that there are contracts that can be broken, and then there are contracts that I don't think they can be broken. And I don't know if it's the contract that can't be broken or that the connection, energetic connection, is so strong or so connected to the same place that you wouldn't want to break the contract if you understood it. So maybe it's about that. I don't know. I don't claim to know. But I will say it's not that complicated, guys. Don't overthink it. These journeys are about trust, patience, faith, and unconditional love. They're all about that, actually. Not just the twin soul, the high levels, the divine counterparts. They're actually all about that, right? Even the karmic, who is there literally to teach you some hard lessons and then fades right into the sunset once you get the lessons, they're still about unconditional love, right? It's all about that. That's where we're at as a planet, as a creation, and as a life form. We're at a place, a time and space reality that's about Christ consciousness and unconditional love. I'm going to say that again. As a planet, in this leading edge time space reality that we're in right now, guys, it's about unconditional love and Christ consciousness right now. Get on board with that, guys. That's what it's about. If you can't look around, like our 3D reality, the physical senses, the five senses, that reality is screaming at us that that's what it's about. We're moving into the age of Aquarius, okay? This is about Christ consciousness. It's been about Christ consciousness, obviously, since Christ incarnated. But it's really right now about that. And what is that? That's the Pleiadians. That's that Pleiadian heart-spaced, unconditional love, sacrificial love energy that's going to help the earth shift into a new dimension, a new vibration. It's very special. I don't like to start to complicate it by getting into all that. What was the point of me bringing that up, guys? Okay, unconditional love. Unconditional love. And so these soul connections, right, that are about, hey guys, hey Sparky, these soul connections that are about unions of some kind that are literally going to have ripple effects and already do, when people see those two people together, like I just gave you an example of, they feel that. They feel the light that suddenly shines out, right? Oh, that person, I don't know them well, but they always seem like they have a sadness behind their eyes. Yet when you two are together, suddenly they're alive. That's what someone said to me. That's special when you have that kind of effect on yourself and other people, and when they have that effect on you. I don't have that effect on the general population or anyone else. And neither does my twin soul. That effect you have on one other person sometimes, okay? And it's for a distinct purpose. It's for a beautiful purpose for you to get to experience as a human being in your lifetime if you're experiencing that. But it's for a bigger, deeper, exciting purpose for the world at large, okay? And it affects one person, like it affected the person who messaged that to me, and it affects many, many more as well. I always think when I say it's like a ripple effect, I think of the ocean. I think of like a wave coming in and how they crash and they just ripple onto the shore. And then the next one crashes and the tide goes higher. You're affecting things sometimes in huge ways that you can see, and sometimes in very huge ways that you can't see, and sometimes in small ways, but it's a cumulative effect. So it's about that stuff, and that's what we're doing here. So it's very complicated. We can pick it apart and make it very complicated. But as far as how do you know, you just know. The people around you know. They can see it. Now, if it's a twin soul connection, your loved ones, friends, family will probably actually not be cheerleaders for that connection, because until you're healed, which is what happens, what the connection does is it starts the healing process. Until you're healed, the connection can seem and feel very toxic, especially to people from the outside looking in who don't understand the unconditional nature of the love. So just be aware of that. It's best to keep a lot of it to yourself, unless you're in a situation like me where you kind of have made a commitment to helping other people heal and understand things, and you just kind of have to talk a little bit about it. But it is best, if you're looking to come into union, to make things heal as well as possible and as efficiently as possible, to probably not talk too much about the connection with your loved ones. Wow, that's really cool, Bianca. Really cool. So anyway, you just feel it. How do you know it's a soulmate connection of some kind? Because it feels different than any other connection you have. Love is love. But when something exists on a soul level, you can have a connection with someone that, yeah, you may be attracted to them physically, but would you be if you didn't have the connection? Maybe not so much. Maybe you wouldn't even notice them on the street if you didn't know them and have this deep connection that makes all the other stuff special. So think about those things. It's not something, though, that necessarily needs to be complicated. It's more of just an inner knowing. And guys, the more you practice trusting your inner knowing, the easier it gets and the more messages you'll get. That intuition, that inner knowing, it starts out quietly and small, and the more you trust it and follow it where it takes you and get confirmations that you're right on, the more amazingly and efficiently and bigger the messages come in. And it's so amazing. It's so exciting. And it's almost mind blowing to watch it happen. It's a really fun game you get to play with your higher self and the universe, with God, with source energy and yourself, with your creator as the creation and as the creation having part of the creator imbued within you. You are also the creator, right? Incarnate in a sense. You're not God in fullness, but God is part of you. That love that is God is you as well. It's within everything. It's imbued within everything. And when you're connecting to that peace, that sacred peace, it's really exciting to watch the connection grow as your awareness of it grows and how it can impact. Because you can have a greater impact the more you consciously feel out and flesh out that connection, because we're not here to be totally spiritual. Like people who go and try to go into like only spiritual enlightened mode, that's beautiful. But right now, we're here to use the flesh we're in. We're here to use it to have an effect. So flesh it out. Flesh it out, guys. Sorry, I don't know why I keep doing this with my finger and my thumb as I describe fleshing it out, but I'm talking about fleshing it out. Like feel it out. Use the physical nature of what you are to your advantage and to the advantage of helping those around you to heal, right? It's a really beautiful thing. So anyway, I'm coming back from having taken some real hard downtime. I just was feeling really, like I said, kind of in an introverted state. And when you're in that state, you feel a lot of shifts happening. I got a lot of downloads the past couple of weeks, right? A lot of downloads that I think were very valuable to me and will be very valuable to the people around me, to my twin soul, to everyone that I have any kind of a connection with, okay? Whether it's 3D based right now or not. You are talking like, I don't know who that is. Aim the Truth Tarot. Thank you 7 times. Say thank you 7 times. So anyway, guys, I lost my place in my mind. So yeah, the more complicated something is, try to turn down the volume on the complication. Make it simple. Keep it simple, stupid. Kiss it, right? Kiss it. Kiss. Keep it simple, stupid. Just kiss it. Make it simple. You don't need to overdo it. It's not as complicated as you're making it 9 times out of 10, and it doesn't need to be, okay? We don't have to be the Albert Einsteins of things. We can really just sort of feel things out and know the truth. So it's not how you know something is or how do you know. It's whether you know or not. Do you know that's a soul connection? Then it is. Do you not think it is? Well, maybe it's not. But if you're saying it's not because you're denying something or because you've been hurt and now you're shutting down your emotion, I mean, that's different. You guys know where I'm coming from and what I'm talking about. So feel it out to that extent. Also, thank you guys for those of you waiting on personal readings. We're getting there. I'm almost caught up. I really appreciate the patience. If you're someone who can't wait, a couple of people, I think, put in through PayPal for refunds. That's fine. But I'd rather not do business with people who need to get something done who cannot wait, because I feel like we're all learning lessons. And although I'm not out to teach anyone a lesson but myself, if you're in a situation that's frustrating you because you're waiting on someone to return maybe and they haven't, and then you're getting frustrated because you've been waiting on a reading and it hasn't gotten done yet. I'm not trying to teach you patience. I'm just trying to get myself caught up, and that may be what's going on. But if there seems to be a lesson there, take it, learn from it, whatever it is for you, right? But I should be getting caught up very shortly. Bjolka, I got your payment for a reading last night. I'll be in touch with you today. And the rest of emails that have come through, I should have caught up today as well. So yeah, I'm going to pull a couple cards. Does anyone have any questions before I start pulling a couple oracle cards for the weekend? I'm going to check the chat now. If anyone would like to ask une question. Anybody? Don't be shy. Yeah, guys, Joni just had a birthday. We gave her she purchased a reading. We did a discounted birthday reading for her. And she's got all kinds of exciting things coming into her life right now. So that is very cool, very cool. Will you be going live tonight? I will be going live tonight. for doing mini readings, I will be going live tonight. Just a huge thank you. I'm loving this. Oh, Liz, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for sending the love. I've had some really janky energy, like I said recently, guys. So thank you all for those of you who have been sending me light and love and healing. I feel that as well, and I'm really grateful for that. That is allowed to get through. When I set my protection and I say my intentions and I put up my energy shields, I always state, allow the high vibrational vibes and the good intentions to come through. And they do. So thank you so much. Yes, micro readings tonight. Hit the bell for notifications. Probably about 9 or 9:30. In fact, I'm going to talk to Jai and see if she wants to go live and do tag teams. I don't know if she does or not. I haven't talked to her this morning as of yet. It's tough when we're on opposite coasts. It was difficult. It's tough when one of your better friends is on like the opposite coast from you. It was difficult when we were 2 hours apart. Now we're 3 hours apart, and I get up at the crack of dawn, guys. I get up at like 5 a.m. So it's just a mess. You are so incredibly handsome. Thank you so much. That's very sweet. I don't always feel so incredibly handsome, but I appreciate the observation or the compliment. No questions, only advice. What advice do you have, Aim the Truth Tarot? I'll listen on the NYS Thruway. Okay. What is this new moon in Scorpio bringing towards us? Okay, Jason, you're amazing. Thank you. I will keep being me. I don't really have much of a choice in that, but I will. So this new moon in Scorpio. First of all, to those who heard me last night when I said, no offense, I love you guys who are Scorpios, but Scorpio is a gnarly energy to me. I didn't mean that like to say that Scorpios aren't loving, kind. Scorpios are. All signs have their good sides and their bad sides. We're humans, right? What I meant is, Scorpio, look at it. It's the scorpion. It's the death card. It's just an energy of rebirth, death and rebirth. And it's when I think of Scorpio, I think of hostile change, hostile takeovers, okay? I don't think it's a bad sign. I just think it can be very rough. And my energy and Scorpio's energy doesn't always mix well, okay? It's not a bad thing. It's not a mean thing. It's just a thing. You know what I mean? So just pull one card. They know. I don't know what you mean. Aim the Truth Tarot. I don't know what you mean. So yeah, that's how I feel about Scorpios. So the new moon in Scorpio, I think, is going to bring, obviously, the opportunity. What I would be doing if I were looking to work with the cycles of the moon, which I am, is making sure to do a lot of releasing for this, going into this new moon. Release a lot of things that are no longer serving you. This is a great chance to work with the energy of change, to work with the energy of taking action. Stop putting things off, okay? Stop putting things off. Stop procrastinating. We're not in an energy of procrastination. We're in an energy of get things done. Nothing wrong with starting over, starting fresh. Painful, yes. Worth doing, yes. Be kind though, guys, be kind. You think of a scorpion, and what happens when a scorpion uses that stinger? It dies after that. So be kind, go into your energy reserves, rejuvenate, refresh. Don't overdo anything. I think it's a time where you don't, when we think of applying pressure, you don't need to apply a lot of pressure, okay, to anything. You can get a lot more done. That the old saying, you can catch more flies with honey or more bees with honey, whatever the saying is. It's true. You don't have to be harsh or unkind to get what you want, right? Some people think they have to be. Like if you grew up in a large family and you were maybe one of the younger children, you may feel like you have to fight to get what's yours. No, we're not in that anymore. That's not the environment you're in. And you don't have to fight to get what's yours. You just have to allow it in. And know that it's yours. Know that you're worthy of it. Know that you deserve it. And just sit back and wait, baby. Because you've already earned it. Okay? Hey, Steve B. Sanchez, what's up? What's the message from the arc? So I'm pulling an Angel of Atlantis card. This is going back to the archangels who were present in the lost civilization of Atlantis. I would suggest, if it resonates with you, this card, that whatever comes out, you focus on that energy particularly and communicate with that archangel this weekend, okay? Gabriel, balance. Jophiel, forgiveness. Gabriel, wisdom. I'm sorry, inspiration. And Jophiel, liberation. And Michael, I am present. So we've got a few cards that came out. We're going to go through all of them. Archangel Gabriel, 2 cards came out for Archangel Gabriel. The balance card. Hold it up. And the inspiration card. Okay, balance and inspiration. Archangel Jophiel, forgiveness and liberation. How many of you have been holding yourselves hostage because you're not forgiving yourself? Are you holding yourself hostage because of your guilt? You've done something to hurt someone, and you haven't let yourself off the hook for it? Forgive yourself. Go to them for forgiveness. And if you don't have the courage to go to them for forgiveness, maybe write them a letter and throw it away, burn it. Energetically reach out and forgive yourself. What are you not forgiving yourself for? Because it's literally blocking you from being liberated. Okay, and you need to be liberated in order to move into that feeling of inspiration that Archangel Gabriel is trying to deliver to you, and also to stay in balance or to come back and return to a place of balance. And then the last card here is Archangel Michael. That's what's up, Archangel Michael. Saint Michael, Archangel, defend us in battle, be our protection against the wickedness and snares of the devil. Okay, Michael, I am presence. So this is the I am presence. Love the blue-gray here. Thank you. Yeah, a little bit of blue-gray. Michael, I am presence. So this is that divine presence that Archangel Michael allows you and assists you in connecting with. Big message of forgiveness, though. That forgiveness card, no accident there. Connect to that forgiveness. Talk to Archangel Jophiel about that and be open to it. Let's see what Moonology Oracle card we get and what light... Work Your Light Oracle card as well, guys. Let's just go ahead and finish this up. And as far as the zodiac signs, I will be getting more up as I go. I've got, like I said, personal readings I'm working on the next couple days, but I will try to squeeze in at least 1 or 2 a day of the zodiac signs until they're all up. So patience is a virtue. And trust me, I'm not slacking. At this point, it's just, ooh, energy work is tough. Thank you for the oodles of love, Twin Love. I appreciate it. What's the message from the Moonology? There we go. All right, bottom of the deck, new moon, a new start is coming. Ain't that the truth? Waxing crescent and new moon. Wow, new moon in Scorpio. How the heck did this card come out, guys? New moon in Scorpio. I swear on all that is holy. The new moon in Scorpio and the waxing crescent. That's not only fitting, that is where we're at, guys. That's so crazy. Work through your fears, guys. See, this is what it is. Oh, Giselle, guys. Giselle was one of my first clients from the time I started. Not one of my first clients, but one of my first clients through YouTube. I remember Giselle, the reading we did, and the things that were coming through were insane. Like, they were such amazing confirmations, like that white cross that was on your wall that I was asking you about that I couldn't see, and then the bed thing, like the canopy. It was like the craziest things came through. I need you ASAP. What's going on? Shoot me an email. It's Yahoo now, not Gmail. rayoflighttarot@yahoo. But that was such a big confirmation of just how connected I was becoming when I did that reading for you. It kind of made me look around like, who is there telling me this stuff? But it's become even, believe it or not, it's grown from that, Giselle. It's crazy. Work through your fears. New moon in Scorpio. Yeah, so here it is, guys. Whatever you're afraid of has no power over you except the power you're giving it. Remember that. And then have faith in your dreams. Your dreams and your fears can't live in the same place, right? Your dreams and your fears cannot live and survive in the same place. You have to give way to one or the other. What are you giving way to, your dreams or your fears? You had a dream. Well, I had one too. I know mine's best, 'cause it was of you. Come, sweetheart, tell me, well, now is the time. You tell me your dream, I'll tell you mine. All right, we're going to pull one more card from the Work Your Light Oracle. Work Your Light Oracle. What's the message for my people and myself from the Work Your Light Oracle, please? Work Your Light Oracle. You guys have a great weekend. If I don't see you tonight, hopefully I'll see you soon. Like I said, I'll be off and on doing zodiac readings as well. So as I am able and time permits, once I've got everyone's personals up that need to be done. That's the message. That's it. Oh, okay. Play, guys. Play, have fun, celebrate, don't be so serious. And bottom of the deck is deep replenishment, retreat, rest, and be held. So those are the two things to focus on: playtime and then resting, retreating, and being held, right? So the one thing we don't want to let take hold is our fears, and working hard out of fear, or out of that kind of push that's fear-based. Play, make it fun. If going after your dreams isn't at least a little bit fun, it's probably not a dream worth pursuing, okay? And you need deep replenishment right now, especially with this new moon in Scorpio. Deep replenishment is needed, or you'll end up where I was, where I couldn't catch up on my work and I just had to turn everything off. I couldn't respond to emails. I just had to basically back off from everything for a little while. It's because your energy can become so drained. So deep replenishment and play, okay? A lot of both of those and a lot less of the fear-based worrying. Yeah, that's a sweet song, isn't it? Sort of a twin soul or a soulmate type of song. Anyway, you guys have a great weekend. Have a great Friday. I love you so much. Bye, guys.